Welcome to our latest Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. Today we're headed to the historic Route 66 town of Cuba, Missouri. Cuba, Missouri is situated along Route 66 and most famous for its many murals that we're going to see today, which tell the history of the city. Each mural depicts an iconic tale of war, adventure, intrigue, or love. This first mural that we see is a three-paneled mural that's painted on a 1932 Phillips 66 station. This mural shows what one of the first mobile stations looked like in town that was also the office of the Wallace Oil Company. Many people will recognize the character in this mural, and that's Amelia Earhart. This chronicles a September 14th, 1928 story in the Muscogee Times-Democrat. Amelia Earhart was reported to have left Scott Field in Belleville, Illinois in her 1927 Avro avian plane with a destination of either Kansas City or Muscogee en route to Los Angeles. She was later forced down outside of Cuba in an unscheduled stop. No great damage was reported, and she continued her journey. Thus, the destiny of the first woman to fly across the Atlantic in the small town of Cuba, Missouri crossed. The Gold Star mural was painted just after 9/11, although it had been planned for many months before that. With its tribute to the young men from the Cuba area who had lost their lives during World War II, it seemed an apt expression of the feeling of patriotism that swept the country at the time. The train in the mural is the Blue Bonnet. During World War II, the Blue Bonnet, a Frisco train named after the Texas state flower, was a familiar sight with its distinctive blue and white cars. It was this number 7 train that whisked away Cuba's servicemen as they left their homes to protect America's way of life and values. This next mural honors A.J. Barnett, the first cashier of People's Bank. This particular mural was painted which commemorated the 100th anniversary of People's Bank in 2011. Barnett, the first cashier and president of People's Bank for 39 years from 1920 to 1959, was also mayor of Cuba for over 10 years. The first city lighting system was installed during his first term in 1922. The mural shows him cranking the first Model T Ford in Cuba. This next mural depicts the Native American heritage of Cuba. This mural is called Meeting in Missouri, and it portrays the Osage Native Americans meeting French settlers led by Auguste Chouteau and Jean-Pierre Chouteau. The mural also depicts traditional Osage homes, a dome-shaped structure called a wickiup. The next series of murals talks about the Civil War in Missouri, and in particular the Cuba area. This tells the story of the battle between troops of Confederate General Sterling Price and Union General Thomas Ewing in September 1864. When Price's troops came into Missouri from Arkansas, his original goal was to capture St. Louis or Jefferson City. However, he was distracted by the armory and ammunition at Fort Davidson in Pilot Knob, Missouri. The resulting battle at Pilot Knob and Ewing's retreat from the fort are illustrated in these murals. In the early 1900s, Cuba's Prosperity Corner was a bustling scene, as this early picture shows. The building on the corner here of Smith and West Washington was the home of H. Tieman's general merchandise store and a focal point for local folks to gather, do business, and pass the time of day. Leroy McGinnis founded McGinnis Wood Products in Cuba, Missouri in 1968, selling white oak staves. Today, he has grown the company into a manufacturer of the finest crafted white oak bourbon barrels in the world. McGinnis Wood Products began building bourbon barrels in 1987 after purchasing barrel making machinery from Sweeney Cooperage in Vancouver, British Columbia, and now has over 150 employees. This mural involves a scene from 1940, when Senator Harry S. Truman, a native Missourian, campaigned for re-election in a close 1940 primary in Cuba. Two local Democratic workers, Frank Askin Sr. and Harvey Taft, were his only listeners on the steps of the adjacent Wallace House. This was on July 26, 1940. On that day, he was traveling to Cape Girardeau in Cuba. As people kept hurrying past him and not listening, he learned they were going to the homecoming fair. Picking up the Coca-Cola box on which he stood, Truman followed them to the fair. Local legend has it that he had to collect gas money after his speech so that he could drive on to his next event. The Roberts Judson's Sheet Metal and Millworks building is an often overlooked building. The building tucked in behind the Wallace House is 1 block north of Washington on Smith Street. It was built in 1948 on land that was purchased by the Methodist Church. It was a department of the Roberts Judson Lumber Company and housed the yard's division that crafted custom doors, windows, and moldings. The Cuba High School Annex is now the Crawford County Historical Society Museum. This building was constructed in 1934 with funds provided by the Civil Works Administration and the Works Projects Administration. We're now coming up to historic Holy Cross Catholic Church. This beautiful Catholic church, designed in native stone, was constructed in 1936. I hope you enjoyed this wandering walk tour and seeing the murals of Cuba, Missouri. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next walk. Take care now. Bye.